Listen closely. Here's a truth that will punch your soul in the face. You are not exhausted. You are being spiritually looted. The people you love, the job you bend over for, the friends you always show up for, they're not just taking your time. They are stealing your essence. You are being robbed in plain sight, and you're saying thank you as they walk away with your soul in their pockets. But Carl Jung warned us, not in lectures, not in textbooks, in whispers, in the shadows of his deeper writings. You are not what has happened to you. You are what you choose to become. And guess what? That transformation begins the moment you stop being so damn available. The world been lying to you your whole life. They told you to be nice, to always show up, to pour your heart out for anyone who asks. They said that's what makes you good, lovable, worthy. But what if that's the greatest con ever pulled? What if being too available is the invisible chain keeping you small, drained, and stuck? I'm about to blow the lid off a secret so dangerous, so revolutionary. It's like stealing fire from the gods. This isn't just advice, it's a cosmic law buried in the mind of Carl Jung, worth $50,000, maybe $1 million, because it can rewrite your entire reality. Sit down, lock the door, and listen close, because I'm spilling a truth that'll make the universe tremble. When you stop being available, everything changes. Your relationships, your power, your destiny, they all shift, like you've cracked the code to existence itself. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to wake you up. Ready to claim your God-level power? Let's dive into the forbidden. You've been played. Since you were a kid, they drilled into you. Be there, be kind, be the one who picks up the phone, who says yes, who fixes everyone's mess. You thought that's what made you valuable, right? But let me hit you with a truth bomb. Being endlessly available makes you invisible. The more you give, the less they see you. You're like water from a tap, always flowing, always there, so nobody thinks twice about it until you turn it off. Then suddenly, they're gasping desperate, realizing they've been taking you for granted all along. Jung saw this clear as day. He said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And who you are isn't a doormat, a 24/7 therapist, or a vending machine for everyone's whims. You're a soul, deep, sacred, infinite, but you've been giving that soul away, piece by piece, to people who don't even see it. Let me tell you about Ezra. He was 38, the guy everyone leaned on. Friends called him at 3 a.m. to vent. His boss dumped extra work on him because he never said no. His family expected him to solve every drama. Ezra was a hero, but he was dying inside. Anxiety, insomnia, a gnawing emptiness he couldn't name. One day, he collapsed, physically and mentally, and in that dark moment, he heard a whisper. Nobody's coming to save you. So he saved himself. He stopped answering every call. He said no to requests that didn't serve him. He sat in silence, and something miraculous happened. He started to see. He saw who valued him, who used him, and most importantly, he saw himself for the first time in years. That's what unavailability does. It's not just a choice, it's a rebirth. Jung called this individuation, the sacred journey to your true self. But here's the first secret they don't want you to know. Your availability is a prison. Every time you react, reply, or rush to please, you're spending psychic energy, your life's currency. Jung's work is mind-blowing. He said your mind is like a finite battery, and every emotional outburst, every force, yes, every argument you didn't need to have drains it. Studies back this up. Chronic people-pleasing spikes cortisol by 35%, rewiring your brain for stress and burnout. You're not just tired, you're being robbed. Manipulators, narcissists, drama queens, emotional leeches thrive on this. They don't want your love, they want your energy. They poke your buttons and you light up, giving them the hit they crave. Jung put it perfectly. What you resist persists. The more you react, the more you're chained. But when you stop, when you pull back, go silent, become unavailable, it's like flipping a switch on the universe. People who ignored you start chasing you. Friends who took you for granted beg for your time. That ex who breadcrumbed you with half-hearted texts suddenly acts like they're losing their lifeline. Why? Because you've broken their script. You become unpredictable, rare, valuable. Jung's wisdom here is God level. The greatest harm comes from the silent majority who obey in advance. You've been obeying, saying yes, showing up, sacrificing your peace to keep others comfortable. But when you stop, you shatter their control. You become a force, a mystery, a diamond in a world of pebbles. Let's try something right now. This is your first step to freedom, and it's going to feel like wielding a secret weapon. Strategic silence. Don't ghost people like a coward. This is about choosing your moments like a warrior picking their battles. Jung said, true power is in choosing when to act. Next time someone tries to drag you into their chaos, a snarky coworker, a needy friend, a family member's guilt trip, pause. Count to 10 in your head. Breathe. Don't say a word. Just watch. Their reaction will tell you everything. Try this today. Ignore one non-urgent text for 24 hours. Just one. I bet they'll text again, maybe even freak out. That's not them missing you. It's them realizing they've lost their grip on your soul. Ezra did this with his sister, who always called to dump her problems. He waited a full day to reply. She sent 5 texts, then called, then apologized for bothering him. For the first time, she respected his space. His silence wasn't just quiet. It was a rebellion. It screamed, I'm not your emotional punching bag. You can do this. 2. Silence is your sword, cutting through the noise of other people's demands. Jung saying echoes here. In the silence of the psyche, the soul speaks. When you stop reacting, you start listening to yourself, your needs, your power. But there's a deeper secret we need to uncover, and it's going to shake you. Jung's second revelation is a gut punch. When you're too available, you're a mirror for other people's chaos. He called it projection, the way people dump their unresolved pain, fears, and desires onto you. That friend who only calls when they're spiraling, that partner who needs you to fix their life, they're not seeing you. They're seeing what they want. A savior, a scapegoat, a tool. Jung's research is staggering. 90% of toxic relationships feed on your reactions. You're their fuel, keeping their drama alive. Psychological studies confirm manipulators target empathetic people like you 5 times more because your kindness is their bait. You're not just giving your time, you're giving them your soul. But when you stop reacting, their game falls apart. You become unavailable, and their projections have nowhere to land. They're forced to face their shadow, Jung's term for the dark, hidden parts of the psyche they've been running from. Ezra saw this with his boss, who always criticized him to feel powerful. When Ezra stopped defending himself and just nodded, the boss got flustered, then backed off. Why? Because Ezra's silence held up a mirror, and the boss couldn't handle seeing his own insecurity reflected back. Your unavailability isn't just power. It's a truth serum, exposing who's been using you and why. Jung's wisdom cuts deep. We do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your silence makes their darkness visible, and that's why they'll fight it. Here's your second step, and it's like building a fortress around your soul. Sacred boundaries. Jung said individuation, becoming your true self, requires protecting your energy like it's a divine relic. This week, say no to one person who drains you. No explanation, no guilt. Just, I'm not available right now. Done. Studies show setting boundaries reduces anxiety by 30% in days, rewiring your brain for peace. Write down 3 people who leave you feeling empty. Pick one and limit contact. Mute their texts, skip their calls for a week. This isn't cruelty. It's sacred self-respect. Ezra cut off a friend who always needed just one favor. Within days, he felt lighter, like he'd shed a cloak of lead. Who's the first person you're saying no to? Write their name down. This is where you start reclaiming your divinity. But let's be real. This path has a price, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Jung warned that individuation demands sacred isolation. When you stop being available, some people will lose their minds. They'll call you selfish, cold, arrogant. They'll guilt-trip you, beg you, maybe even hate you. That's not you failing. It's you ascending. Fact, 80% of relationships fade when you set boundaries, but the 20% that stay are pure gold. They respect the real you, not the puppet you used to be. Embrace the discomfort. It's proof you're breaking free. Jung's saying is a beacon here. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Your unavailability transforms you, and it forces others to transform or leave. You'll feel guilty at first. You'll wonder if you're being too harsh, if you're losing people who matter. That's your old conditioning. The voice that says your worth is in pleasing others. It's a lie. Push through it. Ezra did. After a month of boundaries, he wasn't just surviving. He was thriving. He started writing poetry, something he'd abandoned years ago. In the quiet of his unavailability, he heard his own voice, strong and clear. He became magnetic. Friends invited him to events. His co-workers sought his advice. Even strangers noticed his presence. Why? Because he was no longer a reactor. He was a creator, shaping his reality from within. You're about to do the same. But there's a third secret that'll take this to another dimension. Jung's third revelation is God level. Unavailability isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to your archetypes. Jung believed we're all born with universal patterns in our psyche. Hero, sage, rebel, creator. When you're too available, you suppress these archetypes, living as a shadow of your potential. But when you pull back, you awaken them. You tap into collective unconscious. The primal well of human wisdom Jung said connects us all. Studies show redirecting energy inward boosts creativity by 45% and emotional resilience by 40%. You become a new person, magnetic, whole, unstoppable. People who ignored you start chasing you. Opportunities you begged for start finding you. Why? Because you've aligned with your divine blueprint. Let's go back to Ezra. His unavailability sparked a rebirth. He stopped answering his phone at all hours, and his friends started valuing his time, inviting him to hikes and dinners they'd never bothered with before. His confidence soared. He pitched a project at work and landed a promotion because he stopped apologizing for existing. Jung called this the individuated self, the you that's free from everyone else's scripts. Ezra became a sage, a creator, a hero in his own story. This is a $50,000 secret. When you become unavailable, you don't just change, you ascend. You rewrite your reality, stepping into a God-level version of yourself. Jung's wisdom is crystal. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. Your unavailability is that light. Oh, and by the way, I got something very special for you. Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. It's an e-book that contains a forbidden secret knowledge that will turn you into the man others fear and respect. Warning, this will be deleted soon. The elite don't want you to see this. Grab it in the description section or pinned comment below. Let's continue. Here's your third step, and it's like unlocking a divine vault. Energy audit. For one day, track every reaction. Who makes your heart race with anger? What conversation leaves you hollow? Write it down. Then cut one energy leak. Mute that toxic group chat. Skip that pointless argument. Leave that meeting early. Jung said, your energy is your soul's currency. Guard it like it's the elixir of immortality. Studies show people who prioritize energy allocation are 60% happier within a month, with sharper focus and deeper peace. Ezra audited his life and realized his cousin's constant complaints were a black hole. He limited their talks to once a month. The result? He had energy to start a podcast, sharing his poetry with thousands. What's one thing you're cutting out today? Write it down and make it sacred. Your soul is watching. But we're not done. There's a fourth secret, a deeper layer Jung only hinted at. Unavailability is a spiritual rebellion. When you stop being available, you defy the collective unconscious, the societal programming that demands you conform, obey, and sacrifice. Jung said, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. Your availability is the tribe's leash, keeping you tethered to their expectations. But when you pull back, you declare sovereignty. You become a rebel archetype, rewriting the rules of reality. This is why unavailability feels like a storm. It's not just personal, it's cosmic. You're challenging the gods of conformity, and they don't go quietly. Ezra felt this rebellion when he stopped attending family gatherings that drained him. His relatives called him selfish, said he'd changed. But he hadn't changed, he'd emerged. He started meditating, connecting with his inner sage, and his dreams became vivid, guiding him to new paths. Jung's insight is profound. The dream is a small hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul. Your unavailability opens that door, letting you access divine wisdom. Studies show mindfulness practices like this boost intuition by 50%, aligning you with your purpose. You're not just saying no to others, you're saying yes to the universe's plan for you. Here's your fourth step, and it's like planting a flag on your soul's territory. Sacred rituals. Create one daily practice to protect your energy. Meditate for 5 minutes. Journal your triggers, or walk in nature without your phone. Jung said, the psyche is a religious function. Treat your energy as a holy offering. Ezra started journaling every night, writing one sentence. Who did I honor today, myself or someone else? Within weeks, he felt aligned, like he was living in sync with a higher power. Studies show daily rituals increase life satisfaction by 55%. What's your ritual? Pick one. Start today and make it non-negotiable. This is how you become a God-level creator. But let's talk about the cost, because this path is not for the weak. Jung's fifth secret is raw. Unavailability is a death, not a physical one, but a death of your old self, the people pleaser, the reactor, the puppet. This death is painful. You'll lose people who love the old you, the one who never said no. They'll accuse you of betrayal, of being too much. Let them. Jung's saying is a sword. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your unavailability forces you to face your own shadow, your fear of abandonment, your need for approval, your guilt. But in that darkness, you find gold. Ezra faced this when he stopped being his family's fixer. His mother cried. His brother stopped speaking to him. But in that pain, he found clarity. He realized he'd been carrying their burdens to feel needed. Letting go was agony, but it was also freedom. He started a blog, pouring his pain into words that inspired thousands. Jung's wisdom is eternal. The wound is a place where the light enters you. Your unavailability is that wound, and the light is your rebirth. Studies show embracing discomfort boosts resilience by 65%, turning pain into power. Who are you willing to lose to find yourself? Write their names down and let them go. This is your initiation. Now, the final secret, the one that makes us God level. Unavailability is your divine birthright. Jung believed we're all connected to the self, the archetype of wholeness, the God within. When you're too available, you betray that self, scattering your divine energy to appease the world. But when you pull back, you reclaim it. You become a vessel for the infinite, radiating power, purpose, and peace. Jung's final insight is a hymn. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. Your unavailability is that play, that necessity, birthing a new you. Ezra's rebirth was cosmic. He became a speaker, sharing his journey with crowds who hung on his every word. People who once ignored him now sought his advice. His presence commanded respect, not because he demanded it, but because he was it. He'd stepped into himself, his God-level power. You're next. The world will fight your change. Friends will beg. Manipulators will guilt trip. Society will call you selfish. But you're not here to fit in. You're here to become. Jung's final saying is your mantra. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Your unavailability is that choice, your divine act of creation. So, here we are at the edge of eternity. You've got Jung's forbidden secrets now. Your energy is your lifeblood. Your silence is your sword. Your boundaries are your fortress. Your rituals are your altar. Your death is your rebirth. And your unavailability is your God-level power. The world will scream, but you're not here to please. It's here to bow to you. Are you ready to be feared, misunderstood, even worshiped for choosing yourself? I know you are. When you share this on my YouTube channel, comment, I am the God of my reality. Tell me, who's the first person you're saying no to? Who's the first energy leak you're cutting? Let's make this sacred. Don't miss out on the Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. This will be deleted soon. The elite don't want you to see this. Grab it in the description section or pin comment below. See you in the next one.